For the longest time, I thought morning meetings were a waste of my instructional time. It was one more thing that I had to plan, and I just didn't see the benefit of it. They are required by my current school. Once I actually gave them a chance, my opinion about them changed dramatically. I'm going to share with you what changed and how you can make them beneficial in your classroom. If you're new here, I'm Rachel Vincent, and I share tips on running an effective and efficient classroom so that you can get more things done and still have plenty of time to teach. So why morning meetings? Morning meetings are the perfect time to set your day's intentions. They allow you to build those relationships with students well past the beginning of the year. They allow you to check in with them socially and emotionally, because we know as educators that there is more to a child than just the academic side. I don't think I realized the benefit of morning meetings until the spring of 2020 when we all went home to teach. My students begged that we still do our morning meeting because they needed to connect with their classmates. Now, one of the things that I really like about morning meetings is the fact that I can use them for lots of things. Now, there is the whole responsive classroom where they have morning meetings, and there's a certain way to do it with a greeting and a game and a message and all these things. And while if you do that, that's wonderful and a great way to organize your morning meetings. But I actually do it a little differently. To make it a little bit easier to plan, each day of the week is a different kind of morning meeting. On Mondays, we have our class meeting. In that meeting, we start off with celebrations, and we celebrate and share anything that we want to. Often those celebrations are things that students did over the weekend, places they went, games they won, those things that just let us into a little bit of a student's personal life. And then the next part of our class meeting is for students to have a voice and choice of what happens in our classrooms. I open it up for suggestions of things that they want to see in our classroom, things they want to improve. Maybe they don't like the way something's going, so they say, why don't we try this instead? It's a time where they get to have an opinion about what happens in our classroom. Then I have a time for questions. Typically those questions often are about different schedules. When are we going to have picture day? When are we going to go on a field trip? What time is this? And so it's a way for them to get all their questions answered at the beginning of the week, and they feel better knowing when things are going to happen. And then the last part of our class meetings is for concerns. This is a time where we talk about things that we're concerned about as a class, and then that's when we decide on our goal that we want to make for a class. What are we going to work on to improve? A lot of our concerns this year is blurting out and talking when they shouldn't be talking, or the inappropriate voice level. But this is when we set goals for how we want to improve as a class, how we want to make our class better. On Tuesdays, we have probably my students' favorite morning meeting. It is our Team Building Tuesday. We play a variety of games and do a variety of activities. And honestly, part of me used to think, well, what is the point of these types of activities and games? I think it boils down to the fact that students need to learn how to problem solve with each other. They need to learn how to win gracefully and lose gracefully. They need to learn how to play fair. Oftentimes I've noticed that as academics have sort of dipped way lower in kindergarten and even into preschool, they don't get as many of those opportunities to learn how to play appropriately and together. And so Team Building Tuesday allows us to build on those skills. Would you be interested in me doing a video on all the different team building activities I do? Let me know in the comments below if that's something that you would like to see me make. Our Wednesday morning meeting is our goal setting and goal achieving day. We are a Leader in Me school, so we call them WIGs, which are wildly important goals. So WIG Wednesday is the day that we are tracking our personal goals. We are working on our academic goals. We have a math fact fluency quiz we take every Wednesday, and we track our progress. And that is the day that is focused for making sure that we are tracking our goals and achieving our goals. So Thursdays and Fridays are a little more fluid and change a little more. We have another teacher that comes into our class during our morning meeting time, and she will often read aloud to them. So that's a great way to have time to read aloud to your students. But sometimes she can't always make it, so I am usually pulling things like character ed lessons, different books that go along with that. Some of our, because we're a leader in musical, some of our habit trainings of the different 7 habits of being proactive and what's in our circle of control, do a lot of those type lessons. This is also a time of the day when we are working on student-led conferences that the students are preparing for those. So I use our morning meeting time for that as well. I also have this time for our student of the week to share. They also have a schedule for each day of the week where they share sort of their favorites and all about me on Monday. They have a show and tell on Tuesday. On Thursday, parents write a letter and I read it to the class. So we use our morning meeting time for that as well. If you're interested in knowing more about our student of the week process, let me know in the comments if that's a video you would be interested in. Morning meetings are a great time to focus on the non-academic side of students. And it's a great time to just celebrate students in a more personal setting. Want to see how I celebrate students' birthdays in the classroom? Then click on the video that's on your screen now, and I'll see you over there.